Hello, welcome back to Life Enrichment with Hank Ballinger. Today I want to talk about your magic number. Now, everybody has one. They're going to be different with everybody. It's kind of like the CPI or the Consumer Price Index. Every country's CPI is different. Everybody's CPI is different. Your magic number, which you will understand here in just a minute, your magic number will be different from everybody else's. But everybody has one. So we'll get more into that here in just a minute. Again, I would like to say thank you for those who have been watching the channel, those who stay all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. If you can, we would really appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe, and share it with others, put it on Facebook. We want to get the message out that anybody can become redneck rich. It's a possibility for anybody. Anybody can do it, okay? Now, your magic number. Would you like to quit your job? Now, probably not everybody wants to quit their job, but I think if you went around and took a poll, most people would probably say, if I could do something that I was more suited for, or if I could spend time controlling my life, yes, I would like to quit my job. So let's look at some possibilities that you could make that happen. Okay? So I have worked in the past in factories and various jobs, and I have worked with some really awesome people, some great people. But an interesting thing about that is, still, if you had asked most of them, would you like to quit your job? Would you like to do something where you control when you go to work, how much you work, how much income you can have, what kind of lifestyle you can lead? If I had asked most of them, or all of them, most of them would have probably said, yeah, I would like that. So let's look at some possibilities. First of all, most people would probably say, well, I can't quit my job until I equal my income. Obviously, I'm used to a certain standard of living, and I don't want to go down in my standard of living. So I have to equal what I presently have coming in. Okay, that's a possibility, but what I will say is you may have to work very hard for a few years trying to do two jobs, doing the job you have and trying to get another sideline hustle going that equals your income so that you can quit your job, so that you can do this other one that will give you a level of income and a level of control of your life that you don't currently have, okay? But it is possible. So you have to equal your income or greater. But a lot of people, if they equal their income, they would quit then and then devote all of their time to the things that they want to do so that they can control their life to a degree that they could constantly have more and more income. They may keep their level of expenses and their lifestyle here while gaining a greater income, and then eventually start raising their standard of living as the income keeps getting larger. So what is your magic number? Let's say that you bought one house, a rental house. And let's say from that house, you derived $100 of cash flow. Now remember, cash flow is you take your income from the house, your rental income, you take away all your expenses, your debt service to the bank, your taxes, your insurance, your garbage, your maintenance, your utilities, if any. And let's just say from that one house, you got $100 a month. Now you may say, I can't quit my job with $100 a month. That's true. That's probably true unless you were one of those FIRE people, you know, those people that it's an acronym. It means fixed income, retire early. And these people are learning to live on $200, $300, $400 a month, and they live. And what's interesting is you can look it up on your phone, the FIRE movement, and they will literally live. And there's guidelines And some of these guidelines says, well, don't heat or cool your house, or learn to live on eating beans, and just some of the crazy things they learn to do. I don't teach, try to learn to live to cut back. What I try to teach is expand your income, and eventually you can start raising your standard of living. Don't cut back, learn to live on more, but you got to be aggressive and you got to do a lot of thinking. You can do it. You just have to be aggressive. But let's say you bought one house and that house gave you $100 of cash flow, your income minus all your expenses. You had an additional $100 every month. Now what you can do is you look at that $100 and you say, okay, from this one house, I've got $100. Could you go out and duplicate that? Yes, easily. If you've done it once, you could then go out and buy another house. So what you would do is divide what you want to make by 100. So let's say you wanted to make $1,000 a month. You would need 10 of these houses. Okay? Pretty simple math, isn't it? If you need $2,000 a month, you're going to need 20 of said houses. If you need $3,000 a month, you're going to need 30 of these houses. Now, you may say, well, that's crazy. How can I go out and buy 30 houses? I have had people take my classes, my wealth building classes, and I'll ask them, how many houses are you wanting to buy the first year? And maybe one. And then how many do you want in a lifetime? Maybe 10. And a lot of those same people now may have 40, 50 units. Some of them in the 70s, some of them over. But once you get started and you start buying real estate and you find out, hey, it's actually kind of easy, and all you got to do is keep duplicating the process, and you get more rental, you get more income, and then it kind of gets in your blood. And you say, well, I can do this. That's the point we want to get you to. Maybe you need $3,000 a month. You're going to need 30 of these houses. Is that impossible? No. Tons of people have 30 houses or more. So could you do this? Yes. Never doubt yourself. Okay? Never doubt yourself. Could you buy more than one unit at a time? See, you don't have to always buy houses. You could buy multifamily housing, meaning you could buy 20, 30 units at a time. Maybe you could buy 50 units. Maybe you've got 5, 10 units. Maybe you've got 2 20 units and a 10 unit. Whatever. But what I'm saying is you don't have to buy just a single house, a single house, a single house. And if you think about it, if you bought a 10-unit apartment building in the same amount of time that it takes you to buy that house, you could buy a 10-unit in the same amount of time and you have 10 times your income just by that one purchase. It makes buying and purchasing and getting your level of income up happen much faster. So what is your magic number? Well, if you buy multifamily, it happens on an exponential basis. What if you say, you know what? I kind of like my job. I don't want to quit my job. That's fine. You don't have to. What I'm saying is there are some people that would like to quit their job. We're offering them options. What we're saying for the person who don't want to quit their job is there are options there too. Let's say you got a great job. You love the people you work with. You love your bosses. Maybe you're mid-level or upper-level management, and you love that job. You don't have to quit, but maybe you still have a magic number. Maybe you still would say, you know what, I like my job, it has good income, but you know what, I would like some supplemental income. I would like additional income so that, you know what, I don't have to depend on this job. I have something else in case the economy goes south. Maybe my company moves. True story. I used to work at a grocery distributor, and I thought people will always eat. I have got a job for as long as I want to work. I didn't think, but the factory moved because they relocated. I didn't think about the idea that, yeah, people always have to eat, but they don't have to buy their groceries from that warehouse at that location. That location moved, the company moved to Tennessee, and now I didn't have a job. So your job is expendable. So if you have some supplemental income to take over in case something were to happen to your job, maybe you get hurt. Maybe the economy goes a little south, and maybe the companies that are over your companies, maybe those companies go out and it affects your company to the point that they go out. There are a number of things that can happen that you could lose your job and lose your income. But if you have supplemental income, that sting is not near as bad. If you say, okay, that's fine, I lost my job, okay, I've got other income over here, I'm all right until something else comes along. I'm going to go get something else, I'll go get another job, but during the meantime, I'm not hurting. That's a much better position to be in because you're in control. And if you don't get a job for a while, it's not like you're going to go hungry. Big plus there. You can supplement your income as much as you want. You don't just have to buy one single family home if you have a job. What about if you had someone else to manage your homes or your apartments or your detailing? The last video I had was talking about detailing, hiring people to do a detailing on cars. What about if you had a business like that or some other type of small business, any type of business, but you loved your job, you're working your job, you're loving going to work, maybe you wear a suit, maybe you don't, maybe you just like the people that you work with, maybe you're a salesman, you love sales, I don't know. But you can keep that job, but you can supplement that income. And there's always benefits to having supplemental income to where you are not dependent on one stream of income. It's always better to supplement. Now, there are a lot of ways you can do this. A lot of ways. You can keep your job. You can start buying homes. I knew a guy one time, he had his own business, and he bought 2 houses every year. He would fix both of them up. He would sell the nicest one, pay the other one off. Then the next year, he would buy 2 houses. He would fix both of them up, pretty nice. He would sell the nicest one, pay the other one off. The next year, he did the same thing. He got up to 10 houses. They're paid for. Maybe that works for you. But that would be good supplemental income. You only have 10 houses, but their income, you have no debt service to the bank. They're paid for. That's a good way to supplement your income, and you could do that. Maybe you get somebody else to do the work. You've got another job. Maybe you can pay them. Maybe you don't make much on these houses till you do get them paid for. I don't know. But there's a lot of options. And that's what we want you to see here is there are options. If you want to quit your job, there's the option. If you want to hang on to your job but supplement your income to the point that you don't have to worry about being fired, your job letting go, the economy going in the tank, there are options. So just remember, you can do this. What's your magic number? You can be redneck rich.